or good evening to all. So today we are having a session again regarding about the shamatha single point meditation. So last time we talked mainly we talked regarding about regarding about the nine dimensional state of the meditation. So today that we'll talk about the third and the fourth the mental state. So third mental state is called as patchy fixation, and the fourth it's called that the good fixation mental state. Now here that one thing you have to know that I hope that everyone can hear me. Yeah, can everyone hear me? Okay, I hope so. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, okay. So now, as we discussed that last time, that we talk about the nine dimensional state. So now here the one thing that today what I'm going to talk about the third and the fourth mental state. Third mental state is called the patchy fixation, and the fourth we call the good fixation. So the mental state of the patchy fixation is that while you are meditating, so once you get distracted, immediately when you can realize, or immediately when you are aware that you got distracted, and you can meditate, that's called the state of the patchy fixation. That is the third mental state. As I mentioned before, we used to have a nine mental states. So now here I'm talking about a third the mental state called the patchy fixation mental state. So in that state, when you're meditating and when you get distracted, when you're meditating and when you get distracted, you can immediately realize or aware that you got distracted. That state, we call that state of the patchy fixation state. Now, today that what I thought is that what will we do is that we will meditate for the 1 or 2 minutes that I will leave for the meditation sessions, and 1 or 2 minutes in the meditation session that we will see that how many times we get distracted, how many times we got excitement. The one thing that you all should know that distraction or the excitement is the the one of the main obstacle for meditator. Sometimes when you meditate, you will sit like a lotus position or the whatever the meditation position. Once you get distracted, and once you are not aware that you are got distracted, still you're sitting at a meditation position, there is no use of that position at all. So that's why it's a very important for the meditator to aware or to realize whenever you get distracted. But some people, when they try to meditate, but even they get distracted, they are not aware, or they are not aware, or they don't realize that they are get distracted. So they might stay a couple of the minutes of the maybe hours. That is not a proper meditation. So today in this session, I want to teach you that how you can generate the awareness to realize the distraction or excitement. Last session, I have mentioned about the saying of the Carl Jung, that he said that once who open the eye, they will dream. Once who close the eye, they will awake. That's a very interesting thing that he said, that now this time you should be awake. How you can awake is that you should generate the awareness that whenever you get distracted, to realize that you have get distracted. Okay, so once you can meditate on any single object without the distraction more than the 2 minutes, I have mentioned before that then you have reached the second mental state of the fixation with some continuity. That the second mental state. Okay, so distraction. Now here the one more thing that I want to explain, that what I mean by the distraction. Distraction is the something that when you are meditating on Apple, or when you are meditating on Apple, when you are thinking one single object, and suddenly when you lose the object, that object of the thinking or object of what you are meditating, that we call the distraction. When suddenly when you lose that object of meditating, we call that a distraction. So that's why when you get distracted, example, when you are meditating on the Apple, suddenly when you started to think about a house, when you started to think about the food, that means you got distracted. Lots of people, when they got distracted while meditating, they will not aware that they will get distracted. Still, they will keep on thinking something other than the object of what they have to meditate. So that's why now I hope that now you have understand what is the distraction. So now what will we do? So what will we do is that we will meditate for 1 minute, okay, 1 or 2 minutes. Then in this meditation, what will I suggest you that will try to away or try to realize whenever you got distracted. Okay, so now in this 1 minute, what will we do? So you just close your eye. Okay, in this 1 minute, just close your eyes. First thing, take a deep breath, get relaxed. Okay, if you're sitting on the chair, very fine. Okay, if you are watching this video while you are lying down, you don't have to get up. You can meditate while you are lying down. If you're watching this video watching this video while you're cooking the food or doing something else, maybe you have to stop for a while, for okay, 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, rather than that, okay, very fine. Okay, so now what will we do is that, okay, now you just visualize the Buddha statue. Okay, Buddha statue. Okay, Buddha statue. So what you have to do is you just visualize the Buddha statue. If you're not very familiar with the Buddha statue, then maybe you can visualize or meditate on apple or any fruits, what you like. Okay, fruits. So what you have to do is while you're visualizing or while you are meditating on the Buddha statue or the fruit, what you have to do is that you should not lose that object. You have to concentrate on that object. While you are keeping the concentration on that object, always be aware that whether you are getting a distraction or not. Whenever you get distracted, whenever you start to think something else, count one. Whenever you get that distracted second time, count two. Mentally, okay, keep the counting. Whenever you get distracted the third time, then you count three. Keep the counting of the distraction. Then you will know that how is your power of the meditation. What is your power of the concentration? Okay, so okay, so I will leave for the 1 minute. Okay, leave for the 1 minute for the meditation or the concentration. Okay, so what will I do is that I will keep silence. Okay, we all will meditate together. While we are meditating, you just be aware that whenever you get distracted, okay, then start counting that how many times you get distracted. Okay, so now we'll start. Okay, okay, we'll all meditate. Okay, well, you can meditate as I mentioned before. You can meditate on Buddha statue, or you can meditate on apple or any fruits. Okay. Okay, now we will start meditating. Okay. So now what will what will I suggest you is that in this week, you try to meditate at least 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes more than the 10 times, 2 to 3 minutes more than the 10 times, and meditate on the statue or the meditate on the apple or the whatever you like, and see that can you meditate on any single object without getting distraction. Without getting the distraction, can you meditate? Can you meditate 2 or 3 minutes without getting distracted? If you can meditate more than the 2 minutes without getting distraction, then you have reached the second stage of the fixation with some continuity. Okay, that is a very important, because as I mentioned before, while you are meditating, you should know that yourself that you have reached the which of the mental state. So in case if you can meditate very easily 2 to 3 minutes without getting distraction, 2 to 3 minutes without getting any distraction, then you have to go for the third stage. Third stage is called the patchy fixation. Then you have the duration of the meditation should be a little bit longer, maybe 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. You try to meditate, and while you are meditating 10 to 15 minutes, when you can immediately realize, immediately when you get aware that when you are getting the distraction, then that means now you have reached the third mental state. Whenever you get, when you are meditating 10 to 15 minutes, whenever you get distracted, immediately when you get aware, immediately when you realize that you are getting the distraction, and when you can meditate again back to your original the object, then you have reached the third mental state. Okay, so this week I will suggest you meditate at least 10 times, 2 to 3 minutes the meditation keep on, and see that in this 2 to 3 minute session of the meditation, whether you are getting the distraction or not. So if you can meditate 2 to 3 minutes, and the 2 to 3 keep on just only the session of the meditation only 2 to 3 minutes, okay, because this week you have to see yourself that you have reached the each of the mental state. Okay, it is some sort of this week, it is the while you are meditated 2 to 3 minutes, it is the some sort of a diagnosing. Okay, diagnosing that it is not a something diagnosing that what the disease you have. It is something like a diagnosis to see that you have reached the which mental state. Okay, so if you cannot meditate 2 to 3 minutes without getting the distraction, that means that you have not reached the second mental state at all. Normally, for the meditators, within the 2 to 3 weeks, for the serious meditator, I should say that for the serious meditation, within the 2 to 3 weeks, they can achieve the second mental state. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. So today I will stop the session here. Thank you so much. And today I will stop the session here and have a nice week ahead. And thought the one thing last thing I told to say to you that in the America, I think it's in the 2nd of the May. That's my birthday on the 2nd of the May. I think some of the you may remember that last time when I was in the California. So I was giving initiation on the 2nd of the May, and I mentioned that that was on my birthday. So maybe so that's a birthday, and I'm so happy that today on my birthday, still I can teach about the meditation. Last time I in the California, I think California, I gave the initiation on my birthday. So thank you so much. Okay, and thank you so much for the birthday wishes, and thank you so much. Then okay, then see you in the next session again. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.